Hey everybody, welcome to Real Knowledge Club Summit. Akshay Rashekharan here. Today we have another very fascinating guest whose name is Mr. Parthiv Shah, who is the founder and president of elaunches.com, and he has helped like several dentists, hundreds of dentists, physicians and clients across from 27 states in United States. He is none other than Parthiv Shah, who has gone from all the way from India, Gujarat to right now in United States, and is also author of Business Kama Sutra, an international best-selling books, and he has co-authored like more than 6 books. His upcoming book Copy That Sells is co-authored by the marketing legend like Dan Kennedy. His mind is ocean of knowledge and his experience. His transparency, simplicity, and honesty inspires us. Without any further delay, I want to welcome Mr. Parthiv Shah to Real Knowledge Club Summit. I'm going to bring. Welcome Parthiv Shah from the bottom of my heart to Real Knowledge Club Summit. It's a great honor to have you here.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yeah. Brother, like I'm so excited. Like I have seen you like from past few months. Like you are so energetic. Like you are so kind and like you are so awesome. Like I wanted to know your story, how you went from all the way from Indian Air Force to becoming a successful entrepreneur and running multiple two-comma clubs. Can you share us the story? Like how did it all begin with?
Sure. So I'm happy and kind because I'm at peace. You know who else is at peace? Babies are at peace. Little children, toddlers are at peace. Actually, peace is necessary for prosperity. You know, as we are recording this, we are on day 14 of Ukraine war, right?
Right.
So every soldier, active duty and retired soldier turned civilian, either retired at the end of the tour or retired injured. Every soldier from every country, Russia, Ukraine, America, Canada, India, Pakistan, every soldier of modern civilization is preparing for war but praying for peace. So there is a lot I learned from Indian Air Force that made me a stronger civilian and a better businessman. But one of the most important things that I got out of military is not about offensive. See, so Indian Air Force, there are other divisions of Indian military, right? There's Indian Army, Indian Navy, Indian Coast Guard. There is an NDRF, National Disaster Relief Force, Indian Police Force, right? There are men and women in uniform in India and countries around the globe wear uniform. What is the central organization that all of these belong to? Indian Air Force, Indian Navy. Where do they belong to?
Defense, I think.
Department of Defense.
Right. Yeah.
Businesses have a department of offense, sales, marketing, customer acquisition, but they fail to invest in infrastructure to defend what they have. Why do you love your prospect more than you love your customers? Why do you put so much energy on customer acquisition and not enough energy on retention, ascension, advocacy, and getting referrals from existing customers? So that is one of the main lessons from military that actually has translated into other professions also. Sports, right? You cannot win cricket match on the offensive. Defense is as necessary as offense. Cricket, football, basketball, baseball, whatever. Right? Medicine. Medicine is not about growing you a third arm. Medicine is about making sure that the patient doesn't die. So defense matters. So actually, in your business and the business of everyone who is watching this show, do you have a Department of Defense? So that's lesson number 1 from Indian Air Force. Lesson number 2, Indian Air Force taught me where my runway is, where my sky is, and where my enemy is.
Wow, that's amazing.
As a business owner, you need to know where your sky is, where your infrastructure is, and who wants you dead. There is always someone who wants you dead. Humans are the most vicious species on earth, and businesses are owned by humans. The fact that you own a business, the fact that you have customers, actually, somebody wants to take all your viewers on the show and not have Akshay show. Right? Somebody wants you dead. You know who it is, that what threats do you have that you need to neutralize. Right? Businesses focus so much on opportunities that often they are blindsided to the dangers and threats that can shoot them down. They fail to scan the landscape looking for trouble. When they see trouble brewing, they tend to neglect red flag. It's fine. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. Yes, he would. Yes, he would. Anyone and anything that looks like an enemy of your business probably is. So you will. So think like a dog. Dog looks at 3 F's: friend, food, or foe.
Right.
So at not so granular level, have your data gathered and segmented in a way so you know who feeds you, who eats because of you, and who wants to eat you. If someone asks you, Akshay, would you like to go for dinner with me? You should ask them, I would love to, but am I going as your date or am I going as your meal? Because
Yeah, yeah.
in business you never know.
Right.
So the journey, look, I'm a simple man. I'm no genius. I just work. I work hard. And I work hard because I can. I am a man with military calf and civilian belly.
Wow.
I can walk. I can carry. I'm a smart male who can act like a mule if I have to. So there is a lot I can expect from me. Military gives you ambulatory mobility. Military gives you endurance, swiftness, how fast you can move. It gives you this ability to rapidly act based on what is being thrown at you. Okay. So when I left Indian Air Force, I was coming to America to study. My parents and my brother were here. I had 3 dreams. I wanted to get an MBA in marketing. I wanted to be a marketing consultant. And I wanted to practice in prepackaged software industry. एक बच्चा 3 सपने. One child, 3 dreams. One young teenager. I came here when I was 19 or 20. I'm sorry, 21. I came, yeah, I was about 21-ish, I think. So a young man with dreams and no money. That's who I am. That's every American in it. That is every Indian in America. We all
Fun.
come with a bag, little bit of money, and a dream to be somebody, build somebody, and do something.
That
I was
was
good.
amazing. Hmm. And my that was super awesome. And my next question to you is like you being in India, Gujarat, right? Which part of Gujarat were you from?
So my dad is from Surat.
Okay.
There is a small village we call Viara near Surat,
Hmm.
and my mom was from Vadodara.
Awesome. Now, after you studied in India and like you went to do your masters, like MBA, and today you have been mentored by like guys like Dan Kennedy, like Russell Brunson, all of them, and you also have a master's degree. If I ask you, like, what actually was like crucial point for your life, like was it like your MBA degree or like coming and learning from Dan Kennedy's, because MBA also teaches marketing and Dan Kennedy, what was the different shifts did you see in both of this education, formal and non-conventional education system?
Sure. So I'll tell you a story. I left Indian Air Force because I applied for visa and I got it, and I had a job as a civilian for about 6 months, working at a stationery store, selling paper, staplers, pens, stuff like that in Vadodara. And a Xerox salesman took me out to lunch, and he heard my story, and then he took me to a bookstore and he bought me a book called Marketing Management by Dr. Philip Kotler. And he says, Parthiv, read this book while you are in India. Based on your dreams, I think this book is the land that you will live in the rest of your life. So read this book. So I'm reading Kotler's book. On plane in Lufthansa, a guy sits next to me from Europe to Boston, and I'm reading the book. I'm highlighting. Every time I highlight or circle, he chuckles. He laughs. I'm like, you know this book? I'm a professor of marketing. That is my textbook. We spent 7 more hours talking about marketing. I told him I have 3 dreams. I want an MBA in marketing. I want to be a marketing consultant, and I want to be a. I want to be. I want to practice in prepackaged software. So that was 1991. I did my MBA in 1994. The marketing 501 class, my textbook was Kotler Marketing Management. 1999, I became a professor at University of Phoenix, teaching marketing. My textbook was Philip Kotler uh, Marketing Management. So Kennedy was not my first marketing teacher. Uh, yes, he is the most profound one. I got more intimate with him than any other teacher, any other author. But I learned a lot from Ogilvy, Kotler, Stone, Dr. Porter, right? So, can I share my
Yeah,
whiteboard? I want to write
sure.
uh, uh,
Yes, I'm just
at the same time. Okay, good. So here's what Kotler said. Marketing takes a semester to learn and lifetime to master. Right?
it's like a marathon.
Yeah. But it does take a semester to learn. And no training from Brunson or Kennedy or Joe Polish or Frank Kern or any of the otherwise illiterate marketing geniuses can replace what you will get from a formal academic institute. An MBA,
Right.
look at what MBA does for you. Ask yourself, what will you do with your MBA? What my MBA did for me is it organized all the knowledge I had. It gave me a mesmerizing data of what I didn't know and put me on a lifelong journey as an adult student of marketing. So I spoke to this young funnel hacker in Nepal. His name is let's not name him. But you can
Yeah.
people will know him.
Right.
He has been blogging since for last 3 years. But 7 8 months ago, his coach uh, encouraged him to become and encouraged him to uh, learn ClickFunnels. He is like a Speedy Gonzalez. He works so fast, fast, fast. He work, right? High energy. He can build a funnel in less than a week. Sometimes,
That's amazing.
maybe in a day, right?
Hmm.
And his work is good. He has a dream to work as a freelancer or own an agency and make certain amount of money. Beautiful story, right?
Right. Yes.
Guess how old he is?
14 years.
Yes, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I asked him, he says, Parthiv, I want to learn from you. Would you counsel? And now I have an internship program. I have taken in 269 interns, right? I take students from my local college and local high school, and I teach them digital marketing, cyber intelligence, and help them become billable where they can get a job and keep a job. So I provide vocational training to students who are
Very interested.
college. So I've had 269 students go through my program between 2009 and now. I have taken on some long distance internship. I have taken in some adults. I've had some American military people who want to become civilians. Right? I had an Air Force baby, a daughter of an Indian Air Force soldier. He was my classmate, and his daughter did an MBA. So any child who was born on a military campus, born to an officer or an airman, I call them Air Force babies. And Air Force babies are far more powerful than civilian babies.
Mhm.
Anyway, we digressed. So
Yeah.
we're talking about this kid, right? His
Yes.
14. One thing he said that broke my heart. I don't want to go to college.
Hmm.
I just want to finish my high school because my father wants me to finish high school. But I am convinced that I can make money without going to college.
Hmm.
I'm like, you know, if you don't go to school, up, you will remain uneducated rest of your life. आप
Right.
कितने भी पैसे कमा लो, आप अनपढ़ जाहिल गंवार ही रहोगे.
Hmm. There is some basic education is something which is required, right?
Yes.
Like the degree.
As powerful Dan Kennedy is,
Hmm.
as powerful Russell Brunson is, he will call Dr. Emily Letran, Dr. Emily Letran. And Dr.
Right.
Emily Letran will call him Russell, Dan, or Mr. Kennedy.
Right.
You see, when you go through formal education, when you get your bachelor's degree, when you get your master's degree, when you get your doctorate, There are certain milestones you cross. It's the degree is not just on the wall. It's not a paper on the wall. So behind me, you see a degree from my son graduated from college in 2021. Right?
Hmm.
This is-
Absolutely.
Look, I've been dead broke 3 times. I've been in bankruptcy once. I lost everything in my life 3 times.
Hmm.
One thing that stayed with me
It's
is
your education.
the education that you have.
Wonderful. Like we
But
got a new perspective right now because all the people actually tells like you need not have a college degree. All you need is learn and go. And it can be like very good for a short term, but in long term, if any crisis happens, it's going to become a very big problem. Thank you so much for sharing it. It was super amazing. And my next question for you,
one thing.
yeah.
Um, the owner of Facebook, Mark
Hmm.
Zuckerberg. If you meet him in person, would you call him, "Hello, Dr. Zuckerberg"? No.
No,
You would call him, "Hello, Mark" or "Hello, Mr. Zuckerberg," right?
right?
Who would you say, "Hello, Dr. Zuckerberg"?
Someone who has a doctorate or like
Yeah, his father.
education.
His
Yeah,
father. His father is a dentist.
right.
His father is a dentist.
Hmm.
So yes, I have a profound love for institutional higher education.
Got it. Yeah. And my next question to you, brother, is like you have gone through like education, like you have achieved like the two comma club. Everyone is curious on this show. Like if you were to tell, right, like if you someone wants to get started, like how can someone go from completely broke, not having any money from zero to like 7 figures? Can you show us a roadmap which works universally? It does not matter which part of the world, from a small village in India to no anywhere
Um,
in the world.
sure. How did Narendra Modi went from being a chaiwala to Prime Minister of India?
Perseverance, determination, I think. Calm,
Work,
work, right? Yes.
work. See, do something for someone, right?
Hmm.
Make a difference. Make someone money.
Hmm.
There is a lot of pain and suffering in business world right now. There are a lot of businesses who are struggling to survive. There are a lot of businesses who are going to close down. They are going to let go their employees. They are going to shut down their doors. The owner will run out of money. They will not be able to pay for their mortgage. You, as a digital marketer, you, as a funnel hacker, you, as a Facebook advertising expert, you, as a copywriter, you have power. You have a pen, and in that pen, you have ink that sells. The ink
Right.
that is in your pen is the blood of your nation. Help someone make money.
Right. Solving a painful problem for the market.
Help someone make money.
Hmm.
Make a difference. Your money will come automatically, right? So here are a few things that I live by.
Hmm.
And I lived by these when I was dead broke and did not have anything. This is what I did after losing all my business in 2.5 days in 2020, this is how I got my second 2 Comma Club award. I did lose all my customers, all but 3. We went from making $80,000 a month to $16,000 a month. Two and a
Oh
half,
my God.
two and a half days. I have a team of 14 people. I gathered everybody on a Zoom and said, this happened. Nobody's getting laid off. Nobody's getting fired. Nobody's getting their hours cut. Nobody's getting their hourly rate cut. And no vendor is getting paid late.
Hmm.
Have faith in me. I will find enough business to replace our current business. And I will make sure that we survive. I declare war on COVID and COVID economics. I don't have to save America. I have to save e-launchers. I went to war. And I'm a battle-hardened soldier of this war. I have seen economic downturn, post-dot-com bust, post 9/11. I'm 54, I'm old. I have seen economic battles and deep recessions in America and worldwide multiple times in last few decades. 9/11, Afghanistan war, Iraq war, mortgage meltdown, the 2008 mortgage crisis in America, COVID, and now Russia. Right? We as a business civilization, we the entrepreneurs of America and world are always in between problems.
Right.
We get pockets of peace. We are always under attack. So how do you win? How do you grow your business? Those things. Right?
Peace and this thing.
You grow by, look, you win by show of force, right?
Hmm.
But you win, you grow by show of heart. Right?
Right.
I won my first 2 Comma award in 2019. Right?
Hmm.
So when I lost all my customers, I began giving away my funnels instead of selling it. Think anybody who wants it. I have 14 people. I have a crew of 14 people. Let me help you. If you pay me, I'll take it. If you don't, we'll write off what you don't. I begin gifting my 5 funnels for free to anyone who wants it worldwide, right? So it wasn't a lead magnet or a tripwire. It was true, sincere, genuine contribution to society. COVID sucks. I almost died. My business, I lost all my revenues. I'm sure you are in the same boat.
Right.
You probably don't have money, but you are scared. Take what I have. It cost me nothing to share my campaigns and share my funnels. Right? So here, I'm going to show you a funnel that actually is performing now.
Yeah, sure. Excited to see that.
So this is my funnel called Just Buy Keep, right? And it basically says, come home to keep and take all my gifts, right?
Mm.
5 funnels that made over $5 million in revenue and counting. Take my marketing automation campaign called Business Etc. campaign. I'll give you swipe copy of samples of the work I have done. And I will even get you a call with one of my migration consultants who can help you decide how you can move. All of it is free. This turned into now a mission. I was able to get Kennedy
Wow.
behind my mission. It turned into what started out as a gift
Right.
to the world. I say, I'm not going to make money. Let me make some friends. Let me make a difference. Right? So here's the success story. 2020, I posted a profit. We stopped losing money in August 2020.
Mm.
We actually made a profit in 2020. We crossed 7-figure in 2021 again.
Right. And here I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Right. How can people overcome failure avoidance? Like what I feel is like everybody go and meet like successful people and they ask like what made you successful. Now I am going to ask in a controversial way instead of telling the success, like the failures, how did you just look into like failures and how did you try to go about, because life is like a wave, right? Like we go up and down, whether it's a 6, 7 or even 8-figure business. And what was the pitfalls like you want to tell to all the audience so that they can avoid the failures?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think success is miraculous, but failure is mathematical.
Mm.
Right? Failure avoidance is a prerequisite to acquire success. You can never prepare for success, but you can always prepare for failure prevention. Right?
Mm.
Success is made of victory. Failure prevention is made of infrastructure and defense. So this is the first topic of our conversation in this call. This is where your defensive mechanism kicks in. I'm going to show you another document. Okay.
Sure.
So this is what I call my business growth system.
Mm.
Right? So I have my whole life reduced down to these handful of documents. I have my sales process documented and built out. I even know what we are going to do on call number 1, call number 2, call number 3, what I'm going to do when I'm going to ask for money. So the whole thing is choreographed, rehearsed, and documented. I share this with the client who is about to pay me, because I say, this is my process. We need to build your process. There is documentation for everything. What kind of car do you have, Akshay?
Sorry?
What kind of car do you drive?
Car like Suzuki Ritz, right? Yeah.
In Suzuki Ritz glove compartment, when you open it, there will be a book. That book. Right?
Right.
It has a picture of virtually everything that you're getting. Have you read it?
I haven't read it fully.
They wrote,
Yeah.
right? They wrote it. There is
Yes.
This is the process. Therefore, every Suzuki Ritz looks exactly the same.
There is a framework which almost every Suzuki car follows.
Exactly. Framework. What decision were you able to make when buying? How much to pay? Whom to buy from? What color?
What's the mileage? Right. Yeah.
No, you didn't get to pick the mileage. It was given to you. You chose Suzuki or not.
Right.
You couldn't tune, right? It wasn't
Yeah.
a bespoke Suzuki. You bought a Suzuki.
Hmm.
So, one of the things Suzuki has for failure prevention is everybody get the same car.
Yeah.
Standardization and systematization. So you can provide customization of your assets, right? So I start with SWOT, right?
Hmm.
So you catalog your strengths, your weaknesses, what opportunities you want to pursue, what are you afraid of, and then you identify a strike zone where opportunities that are in an alignment with your strengths.
Okay.
When you pursue these, you're less likely to fail.
Hmm.
This is one of the first things you should do. Then I, I look at
Over here itself, I have a question. Like basically, how can someone get 100% clarity? Because like those days, like 20, 30 years back, people used to get one opportunity or two. Today, we are flooded with so many opportunities. There are like hundreds of thousands of different ways to make money and impact, right? How
yeah,
can we choose what can be based on our strengths and not based on our weaknesses?
thank you.
Yeah.
As I said, success is miraculous, failure is mathematical. So know your math, right?
Hmm.
This infographic that I'm about to show you will answer your question.
Yeah.
How to choose your battle, right?
Hmm.
SWOT. Find your strike zone. This gives you pockets of opportunities where you are likely to win. This is very important.
Hmm.
This is a very important. You don't have to pick every battle that comes your way. You fight where you're likely to win, right? And then make sure your victory is significant. Look, how much money you are currently making? You're making 1.25. How much do you want to make? 2. How much are you going to lose? 250. There is always attrition, patient die, patient move away, right? You will always
Right.
do.
Yes.
You need extra $1 million. You make $6,000 per surgery. That means you need net new 167 patients. Not
Hmm.
every client is equal, so you basically know where your money comes from, right?
Hmm.
Then you look at your conversion numbers. You know that half the leads you generate are going to be bad.
Hmm.
Good leads, if you do good follow up, 70% will book an appointment. Of them, 80% will show up. Of those show, 70% will be qualified to have a transaction with you. And of those, 80% will buy. So if you do the reverse math, to get 167 net new patients, you're going to need these many net new leads. That means this is the value of a lead and this is the value of a deal. So
Right.
you want to get at least 3x of your marketing spend or you're losing money. You should aim for 5x because 5x is sustainable and
Hmm.
10x is what we call jackpot. Jackpots are not sustainable, few and far in between, and they're short-lived. So
Right.
this number is where you want to pay attention to.
Right.
So what should your marketing budget be? It should be this multiplied by this. So your marketing budget should, to make an extra $1 million, not exceed $200,000.
Hmm.
Now that we know the number, we can decide how we can allocate that budget.
Hmm.
And now that we have allocated the budget, we can create a marketing activity plan as to what you're going to do in the next 12 days, 12 weeks, 12 months, and 12 quarters.
Got it. Hmm.
A framework for decision making.
Got it. That was super incredible.
Thank you. We want to,
Yeah, we can share.
if you go to Parthiv free report.com, you can download it, no charge.
Sure. Thank you
Okay,
so much for sharing it.
Sure. Anybody who's watching your show, if they want my blueprint, they can have it. See, I'm not here to sell my stuff. I'm here to share.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to share it afterwards in the comments. And my next question to you, Parthiv bro, is like you have worked with Dan Kennedy, and Dan Kennedy is one of the greatest marketing legends out there. In 2021, when I attended Funnel Hacking Live event virtually, like that was like the moment when I saw Dan Kennedy live. I was before that like following Sam Owens, Russell Brunson, all of them. If I were to ask you, what was the three frameworks or like three biggest learnings what you learned from Dan Kennedy when it comes down to like conversion rate optimization, copywriting, right? Like before, like those days, like it's all about like copying and copywriting and sending the mail, all those things, right? Like lumpy mail, all that old tactics and gimmicks. Even until today, what are those things which universally works, no matter the newer generation and the new things happens? What are the frameworks which works evergreen in copywriting?
Interestingly, I did not learn copywriting from Dan.
Okay.
I learned how to buy copy.
Yeah.
Only thing I write is a check. I have writers, world's best writers write for me.
Hmm.
Okay. Dan says I write well. But there is another Dan in my life. His name is Dan Sullivan.
Okay.
Dan Sullivan owns Strategic Coach.
Hmm.
So one thing I learned from Dan Sullivan is who, not how.
Okay.
Okay. I shouldn't have to learn how to do anything if I know who will do it for me, and as long as I have money to pay for it.
Right.
So let's talk about the lesson from Dan Kennedy. What did I learn?
Yes.
So, 2017 February. Okay. Me and Deepa fly out to Cleveland. No, we actually drove. So we go to Cleveland the night before, and then in the car, so we go to his house. We have a day of consulting, and he's asking some questions. So, and then he gave this one lesson that, when implemented, saved the life of e-launches in 2020. He says this is worth preserving and protecting.
Hmm.
Right? So just because I said, then I've been dead broke 3 times. I've been in bankruptcy once. I figured out how to make money. I can start over if I have to. And what he said is, you shouldn't have to. This is worth preserving and protecting. When business is good, make large withdrawals, and create stockpile of cash. Okay. He said there is a long, harsh winter ahead of you.
Hmm.
you will not be able to make money for an extended period of time, and your survival will depend on how long can you survive without making money. And then COVID hit in 2020. It didn't happen to just me, it happened to all of us.
Almost everyone in the world. Yeah.
I was prepared because I was stockpiling cash. Okay.
And how do we adapt to those changes, right? Like suddenly when something hit to the market, like in 2008, like the real estate, something happened. In 2020, nobody actually expected something like this is going to happen. And who knows, after a few years, there can come another virus or like something else also. How to be prepared?
This is how.
Okay, creating stock pile of cash reserves, right? Absolutely.
Look, so I'm going to show you something.
Yeah.
Look, this is a very interesting picture, right? As a business, you are the sun that is shining on your land, right? Your business is your earth, and as a business owner, you are the sun. Startup, you are the rising sun, right? At 10 o'clock, you are growing. This is what I call hot sun of noon. You're profitable, you're growing and scaling. The best decade of your life is ahead of you. Then you hit the plateau, slight decline, and eventually you exit, right?
Right.
Why do I call you the sun? Because only the sun can see the entire earth. Everybody
Absolutely.
can see a portion of the earth you can see, right? Everyone has a different horizon. But we as business owners, we have a, hold on, I'm going to shut down my Outlook so it
Yeah.
doesn't bother us. Okay. So, right? Now, your land has the mountain. So you have to make it rain. Right? You have to do the lead generation, lead capture, lead nurture, indoctrination, lead conversion, etc. But that's not the only thing. This is where we all focus on. This is not the only part of being a son. If this is all you do, you're a salesman, not a son.
Right.
You got to build a deep, long river, long relationship with your existing customers. Right? The guy who paid you most money didn't write the biggest check. He just paid a monthly fee for 7 years.
That's incredible.
And then this prepares you for battle. Build a cash reservoir.
Like in time.
This make a dam. Because this funds the drought prone parts of your infrastructure. Because you know what is on the other side of dam?
No.
Estuary, where river meets the ocean. Money's gone.
Yeah.
Anyway, was this helpful?
It was super helpful. Like it gave a new different perspective. It's like when we have our own dam, it's like instead of we going and searching in a different well, we can take the water whenever we want. And it's like so important for every business owner to have their own cash reservoir, like a own well, so that we can take how much ever water we want whenever it is needed, and we can be peacefully, right?
Yes.
It gave a new perspective. I like the way you put the things. It's like so simple and so condensed way. Even a small kid also can understand, and even a very elderly people.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Have you heard the term money does not buy happiness?
Yeah, I've heard from Satguru and
Exactly.
spiritual people, right? They basically tell it's like relations. Yeah, I wanted to know this question.
But
Like,
hold on, hold on. But money buys peace. It doesn't buy happiness. Happiness comes from within, but peace comes from wallet.
right.
Yeah, go ahead. You were asking me.
Yeah, my question is like you have written so many books, right? Like how yeah, you have written more than 10 books, and how did you get that idea, and how did you write like so fast, like so many books, and what made you write?
Okay, that's a great question. Nobody asks, how can I write
Yeah,
so fast? Right?
yeah.
So I write about one book a quarter. It takes me about between 10 and 20 hours to do it. And here's my process. I come up with a book idea or a book title.
Mm.
It's either incidental or it's it's a concept driven. I want to write a book on this concept. Right? The idea of writing a book a quarter came from Dan Sullivan. He writes one book a quarter. So when I started following Dan Sullivan, I started on that journey. So once I know what you define who your reader is, then you define what do you want the reader to know. Then you define what do you want the reader to do after they know. Right? That creates a theory. So you basically, typically a book is made up of one big idea,
Right.
right? Then you extrapolate that into a dozen bullet points, which becomes your book chapters. Then you narrate one chapter at a time. You can do it by typing, you can do it by dictating in an app that will transcribe, or you can work with a scribe who will write for you. All you have to do, so that's what I do. I have a scribe that I work with. We have 3 to 4 1-hour conversations about the topics of the books. We cover this much in an hour, this much in an hour, this much in an hour. And then he writes. And then I read. And then when the manuscript is done, the book goes to a designer who designs the book. And so basically, it is who, not how.
Hmm.
Writing a book is a teamwork. The hardest part of writing a book is writing a check. So remember, when you pay,
We pay attention.
it will show up and work.
Absolutely.
So bring money.
That was fantastic. Yeah, it's like we have to identify a niche, and like we have to identify who is our customers, what problems they have, and then customize that solutions to them. And that's the way like you also have done, like for dentist, what was the problems they had. Afterwards, maybe like chiropractors or like some other particular niche, like you actually drill down to a micro niche instead of being a generalist, right? Like telling, hey guys, you do this, like a gym owners, like y'all do this. You narrow it down and you are creating a unique solution to that specific niche, solving a specific problem and based on the needs, desires. That was amazing. And right now, now there'll be like a set of rapid round questions. It's going to be like 30 seconds or 1 minute, and you can just answer tuck tuck tuck. It's going to be super amazing. Are you excited for that? So yeah. Now, if I want to ask you, what are the top 5 principles or frameworks you practice in your day to day, every day of your life, right? Like, what do you basically do? Do you do journaling? Do you do meditation? Do you do jogging? What do you do? Like, 5 things, which is almost every single day.
I walk.
Okay.
drink water, laugh,
Yeah.
watch cartoons. I make someone happy before going to bed, either business or personal.
Wow. That's incredible, right? Like when we make someone happy, automatically we become happy. It was awesome. And my next question to you, Parthiv bro, is like, how do you manage your time, right? Like you are having a team of like 14 plus people, you come on interviews, podcast, and you are helping so many people. You have your own software, elaunches.com. How do you manage your time?
Thank you. So look, there is a system for it. Okay, you have to have so you have to have your quarterly plan. This is a tool that I use, right? That I again, it's called
Yeah.
Pocket Coach from Dan Sullivan, right? It tells me how many free days, buffer days, and focus days I want. Who are the people? How much money I want? I'm going to keep it real tiny, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Your idea is you cannot plan a year until you have a three. So you plan. You cannot have a year unless you have a 3 year, and you cannot have 3 year. You can't have a life, right? So
Hmm.
that's the framework. So you plan quarterly.
Yes.
That is then drilled down to weekly,
Hmm.
right? So this is week 10, right? So there is a weekly planner, and then today is 9th. So this is so there is a day journal, and whatever I talk, I write in this.
Awesome. It's like you're breaking it down from a high level view to like small chunks, step by step. What small actions we have to take every single day.
Exactly, and then this is viewed in light of how many meetings I have.
Wow. It's all like organized, right? Like you keep everything like in the laptop or like the PC. So,
Yeah, so I use a software called Microsoft OneNote.
okay.
And this planner, I bought it from Key to Success. It's it's not very expensive.
Hmm.
It's here. It's like $29 for the year.
Wow.
It's a
That's incredible.
400-page book on Microsoft OneNote, and I use my
Hmm.
Microsoft Pen. So it's like
Thank you for sharing it. We are going to check that out.
sure.
Yes. Yes. And my next
Oh, this is
question.
the second question. I went a little too deep. Sorry about that.
Yeah, yeah, not a problem. Yeah. My next question to you, brother, is like, if someone, like, what advice you want to give? Like, if you are again like 20 years old, right, like starting out into this entrepreneurship, like, what will be the three piece of advice like you want to share to all like young people because they are the next generation leaders, right, who are going to take the legacy and help more people, impact more people. Curious to know.
Slow down. Slow down. Take firm next steps. Keep all four corners of your feet on earth. Walk. Make progress. You will make faster progress if you take slow and firm steps. You're young. You don't know what you don't know. You
Right.
cannot take a course and change your life. Okay. You are not one funnel away from changing your life. You are one funnel away from being a 20-year-old who has a crappy funnel. It's okay to fail. Slow down. Learn. You don't have to be a millionaire next month.
Right. Absolutely. It's like we have to take slow, small actions every single day, which will help us to reach the mountain or like reach the success. That was amazing. And my next question to you, brother, is like, does it require like to have a life partner? Like, do they play important role in our business or success? What is your take on that?
You know, if you're not at peace at home, you are not at peace at work. Okay. No men ever succeeded in business or in any profession if they don't have peace with, if they are not at peace with their body, with their wife, with their kids, with their parents, with their employees, with their clients, and with their client staff. So it's not just wife that you want to be at peace with. You have to be at peace with every human that surrounds you. And your wife surrounds you in the most meaningful way. I'm fortunate to have my wife and I working together in e-launches. Your
Wow.
your wife may not be working in the business with you, but she is affected by it. If you are a woman, your husband, no matter how remote he is integrated in your business in some way, shape, and form. So,
Absolutely.
sunset is beautiful not because where you stand, but whose hands you're holding.
Right. Yeah. That's incredible. Like this is one of the greatest learnings because people tell B2B business to business problem, B2C business to client or consumer. But if you see, it's all about people to people. If we have good things like working in the house, like even in the business, it's going to be right. It's like the reflection, what's happening inside shows up outside.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Actually, do you know what undiyu is? It's a Gujarati dish.
I don't know. I have to try it.
So it has like 40, 50 vegetables, right?
Hmm.
Actually, my wife makes world's best undiyu. You know why?
I don't
Because
know.
I think I'm the world's best kitchen assistant cutting vegetables.
Wow. Awesome. Good to know that. That's amazing. And yeah, brother, like Parthiv, like you have done super incredible things. Like your journey was super awesome. Everything. Now, what was the main inspirations or like mentors you had? Like people, like key contributors to your success. Who are those people? Like who actually helped you to become who you are today, right now?
God did most of it. I have a relationship with James Malinchak, Dan Kennedy, um, Dan Sullivan. So e-launches is owned by me and Deepa. But me, Deepa, and Russell Martino, my chief copywriter, we run the company. We care about each other. We care about the business. And I'm buying 3 to 4 books a month. I mean, I spend more on Amazon than on Wiki. So
Wow.
it's a lifelong journey here. I spend a third of my awake life working for customers. 1/3 of my awake life looking for new customers. And 1/3 of my awake life making me a better Parthiv.
That's an amazing formula. 30 is to 30 is to 30. That's amazing. And my next question to you, brother, is like for all the people who are watching this, who wants to learn more about like whatever you're doing, e-launchers, and like, can you share like your books? What are those books names also, if it is available on Amazon, so that
Sure.
people can go there and buy? And you can tell also what's there in that book also, like so that um, it will be
Okay. Can you bring
amazing.
me back on
Yeah,
stage?
Sure.
I'll take the planner thing out.
Yeah.
So these are my books.
Hmm.
Okay. This is Business Kama Sutra.
My first question to you is, what is meaning of Kama Sutra? Like, you have kept this in the book. This thing is completely different, right? People think Kama Sutra is completely different, and
So Kama Sutra is an old ancient book, probably the first book ever written on the subject of human relationship. And Kama Sutra teaches you how to add pleasure to your sex.
right.
Um, so I brought three concepts from Kama Sutra into business. Right? Make the right person, because when you make the wrong person, winning will be insignificant and losing will be embarrassing. So wait for the right person. Let the stars align. You know how in ancient India we had arranged marriage?
Yes.
Data intelligence will help you do arranged business. Right? So use market segmentation and data intelligence to do the matchmaking. Okay, that's
Hmm.
second. If you want to gain pleasure, focus on giving pleasure.
You first, then we get
Exactly.
it. So,
Foreplay matters. Make them happy. Don't get in a hurry to do a business transaction.
we
Do
have to build a trust.
exactly. And that is the third point. You have to establish and elevate trust. Now, trust is a qualitative variable that can be measured, and therefore it is a quantitative variable.
Hmm.
Because it can be measured, it can be managed. So you will know when someone is ready to do a transaction. So if this is how, look, sex is the main thing that puts two humans together. And if
Absolutely.
this is how humans measure pleasure, and if your business is done between humans, shouldn't business be done that way? So Business Kama Sutra is actually our data science and database administration and how to implement big data in small business. I'm using sex as a metaphor to explain the movement of velocity, variety, and volume of data moving through your business. So we wrote Business Kama Sutra book
Hmm.
in 2014. We have Business Kama Sutra for dentists, Business Kama Sutra for pain management clinics, Business Kama Sutra for attorneys. My co-author didn't want a Business Kama Sutra for financial advisors, so we called it the iceberg you don't see, the marketing automation system, right? The potent and persuasive marketing message. This is a book that Kennedy and I wrote together. Pixelistic and Brand Never Forget are the two new books coming up. Ask Partiv is a small little book. It's an FAQ book. So these are my books.
That was super incredible. And all these books are also available on Amazon, right?
Yes. Amazon India has most of them, so you can buy it on Kindle, and it's not less expensive to buy it from Amazon than buying it from me and me shipping it out.
Yes. And yeah, here's the link also, right? Like elaunches.com. If people go, they can check out the books, right?
Yes, you can go to, yes, if you go to elaunches.com, you can look at my books, you can book an appointment with me. If you want my funnels and my campaign, I'll give it to you. I don't need to get paid. Just all you have to do is buy Keep. Go to just buy Keep. There is a letter that explains how all those. You should read Dan Kennedy's interview. He talks about importance of marketing automation in 2020 and beyond. So that's the magazine I have on screen. It's a 12-page booklet. You should read that.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much, brother, like Parthiv, brother, like for sharing like super valuable things. It was incredible. It blew away my mind because I've never seen someone who actually simplify stuff. People actually overcomplicate things, and you showed the, like, for the first time ever I have seen, like, showing the sun, the mountain, the dam in so simplified way. That was the mind blowing moment. And the second mind blowing moment is Kama Sutra, because I've seen people talk in terms of relationship or sex, right? And they've never brought those terms into like business, and like you are, it's like so easily relatable, like trust, whether it is sex or whether it is business, nobody's going to do unless they trust that person 100%, right? It was super mind blowing. Thank you so much for sharing. And brother, like, any last words you want to share to all the audience who are watching this Real Knowledge Club Summit?
Grow. More money you make, more people you can serve. America, India, even Ukraine, that is being destroyed by war right now, will be rebuilt by entrepreneurs of Ukraine. We, the business owners, have the power. This is the weapon of mass construction.
Yeah,
We have the power to change the world, right? Be the man with.
absolutely. Thank you so much, brother. Like, thank you so much for sharing from my bottom of my heart. Indeed, it was a very great honor to having you, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Have
Had a lot of
a
fun.
great day, everyone. Bye bye.